Okay, so all the bees are really working at this. And as you can see, some of them, they've got them drawn out almost all the way to the end, filled the cracks in. Where that one in the center is, if you look above them, you'll see the wax is almost all the way, and then the one below it there is almost all the way as well. And they're working their way up, but you can see they've already filled in all the back ones. You see the white line going up, and then on this side over here you can see where there's a crack in there that they still got to work on, but they're working on them. A lot of these, there's still cracks in some of them, and the others of them, they're really working at getting them filled up. And that bee says, hey, it's my cameo time. Ain't I pretty? Do a selfie of me. He's waving to you. He said, hi, hey guys. Looky what we can do. See what we can do? We're special. He's like, you better turn that camera off. I'm going to come out there and punch you. Or my bees are kind of funny. They're real chill, but they're a little camera shy. Every time I get the phone out to take a picture of them, they tend to go away. But you can see where I brushed wax on it, but then they've chewed a lot of that wax off. And then you can see down in there all that white spots. That's where the bees have been putting their wax and filling in the back cracks and the bottoms and top cracks. So some of it's been worked pretty good, others of it hasn't. You can see right there where they've worked at some of it, sealing some of it off, but they haven't finished off on all of it. And you can see a lot of the excess wax that I had put on. They haven't got over there and cleaned a lot of that off. And then over here where they're all at, they were really working at cleaning off all that wax and getting it all prettied up and getting them all sealed up. So basically, if you get a flow hive, put wax on it, heat the wax up, melt it, beeswax of course, brush it on with a paintbrush. Doesn't have to be real thick, just enough to get that smell. Put them out. Once your brood box is ready for the super on it, and let them do the rest. Make sure they have plenty of resources though. Right now we have a flow going on with citrus and also a lot of wildflowers. And that bee there, he's like, hey, look at me. See me? Ain't I pretty? Oh, he's blowing kisses to you. I have funny bees. I say he's, but they're all she's. Now the good thing about the flow hive, I don't have to have the extraction equipment, but you still have to check them. You have to inspect them. You have to make sure they have everything they need. Have to give them enough room for them to grow and all that. And I got these bees 2 Sundays ago, so I haven't even had them for 2 weeks. And the second day I had them, I had checked them whenever I put the frames in on that Sunday. On Monday, I figured, yeah, I better put the flow frames on and get them ready for the nectar flow, because the orange trees, the tangos across the street, they were starting to pop out blooms, but they weren't blossoming yet. And then all the oranges around us have been doing the same thing. My orange tree over there is loaded with blossoms, and they've all pretty well, a lot of them have popped, but there's still a lot of them haven't in the blossoms. And then these have done the buds and they've blossomed out. And then I have a couple lemon trees and they're doing the same thing. And these guys, they've been going out and they come in with pollen on their legs, and I'm assuming they're getting nectar. When I opened it up again this last Sunday, they still had, I want to say, 2 frames of honey, a whole bunch of honey, nectar, or honey, pollen, and brood. And there was some drone brood in there. there was a couple of fake queen cells, or empty queen cells. You could tell they weren't really serious about trying to fill them, or the queen wasn't, and they weren't really building them to spec. They were just building them big, just not overly big. I don't believe they were getting ready to swarm, but they did need some extra room. And I've been noticing that every day they push out a few dead bees here and a few dead bees there. And what's happening is the brood inside is hatching and the older bees are starting to die off. So we are getting a good variety of the bees coming back in. And as some die, others are being born. So sorry about that. Trying to zoom it in so you can see a little bit better, but anyway, they were bearding up on here a couple days ago, when it was in the upper 80s here. Then we had a rainstorm yesterday where it got kind of chilly down in the 50s. And then today it's been in the upper 50s, lower 60s. And they're still going out, just they're not quite as active. And I didn't even notice these guys until about, 30 minutes ago, them starting to work on this. But they're doing a pretty good job. Maybe that guy there, that bee there, is just watching and saying, hey, I got your back. You guys do the work and I'll just sit here and watch, and if anyone comes around, I'll sting them. Either that or, maybe the bees like me and she's blowing me a kiss. I don't know, it's kind of creepy. I don't go that way. It looked like it just waved to me too. See, it's waving. Hi, bee. Hi, bee. See, it waved to me. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.